Hi, everyone. As you know, in this class, we're going to be talking about the habits of mind. There are 8 different habits of mind that are mentioned. And just in case you need a refresher, uh, the 8 are curiosity, or the desire to know more about the world; openness, the willingness to consider new ways of being and thinking in the world; engagement, a sense of investment and involvement in learning; creativity, the ability to use novel approaches for generating, investigating, and representing ideas; persistence, the ability to sustain interest in and attention to short and long-term projects; responsibility, the ability to take ownership of one's actions and understand the consequences of those actions for oneself and others; flexibility, the ability to adapt to situations, expectations, or demands; and metacognition, the ability to reflect on one's own thinking, as well as on the individual and cultural processes used to structure knowledge. So these 8 habits are important because they refer to different ways to approach learning that are both intellectual and practical, and they will help you be successful not only in school, but also in your relationships, your career, and life itself. So we're going to be working on developing these 8 habits of mind so that you can be successful in a variety of areas in your professional, personal, and civic life. So the first habit of mind we'll talk about today is metacognition. And so metacognition really involves this kind of understanding and awareness of your own thought processes. And this can enhance your ability to learn and solve problems, make decisions. And so I've got some strategies for you that will help you enhance your own metacognitive skills. So the first strategy is self-reflection. And this is the regular reflection. So what I suggest is you keep a journal. You don't need to share this with me. And then you're going to write down your thought processes and decisions and outcomes each day. And so overall, then over time, you'll notice your own patterns and habits and some areas that you might think you can improve in. As you keep the journal, you'll become more aware of the way that you're thinking and that you have the same thoughts over and over again. So pick a time to reflect on what you did, how you thought about it, and how you could improve each day. And really, you don't need to spend maybe more than 5 or 10 minutes. This doesn't need to be a long project. And so the second way to work on metacognition would be to ask yourself questions. Now, you could also put these in your journal. You can do this while you're going through your homework assignments. You can do this at work when you're working on a project. You can even ask yourself questions about your relationships with others. So the first thing that you're going to do is, before a task, you're going to ask yourself, what is your goal? What strategies will you use? And what do you already know that can help you? And then during the task, whatever that might be, school, professional, relationships, you're going to ask if you're on the right track, if you need to adjust your approach, and then question, like, what are you finding difficult about this task? And then after you've completed the task, you're going to reflect on what worked well, what you might do differently next time, and what you learned about your thinking. So you can put this in your journal as well. Another helpful practice for metacognition, and some of you may already be doing this, is mindfulness and meditation. So a mindfulness practice means that you're going to become more aware of your thoughts and emotions, and this helps you to catch your unproductive thought patterns. So we all have these thought patterns that replay over and over in our mind, and by meditating, you can see what thought patterns keep arising in your mind, and you can begin to stop those thought patterns and replace them with better, more positive thought patterns. And when you feel stuck, you can also just take a pause, take a deep breath, and reassess your approach. Another way that you can work on metacognition is to learn about thinking strategies. So if you can understand different cognitive strategies like summarizing, visualization, self-testing, and how they apply to various facts, then this is going to help with your study strategies, and you can affect them, or you can use them to help you with things like retrieving information, spaced out repetition, and elaboration. These are all useful things that you'll be doing as you go through all of your classes in college. And these are also strategies that you can use in your work life and your personal life. Now, this one you probably have been doing already in your professional life, and this is seeking feedback. Of course, we'll be doing that in this class also. You're going to be receiving feedback from peers, mentors, teachers. I know some of you even ask family members and friends to comment on your work, and I think that's great, because the more feedback you can get on something, then the more like what areas you can work on. And this develops the habit of assessing your own work critically and then comparing it to standards or criteria that are common and out there for whatever kind of project you're working on. So you're also going to be practicing problem-solving skills in this metacognition area. You'll be engaging in these challenging problems and regularly engaging in these activities to challenge your thinking. So really what we're aiming for here is challenging your thinking. That's going to help you to get rid of assumptions and logical fallacies that might be underlying some of your thinking. And this will help you greatly in your personal and professional life. And it will also help you to elaborate more on your writing and your critical thinking skills. So one more thing that I'm going to mention here is the ability to teach others. Now, they say that the ability to teach others what you've learned enhances your ability to retain information. So teaching someone else kind of forces you to clarify your own thoughts and understand the material more deeply. And when you're engaging in these peer discussions, you're explaining and thinking and listening to other people's perspectives, and you're trying to teach them what you've learned about the topic. And so you can really do this in any kind of environment. Just think of yourself as a teacher always, and this will help you to retain information and to elaborate on the ideas that you've come up with, and just gain more clarity overall. So I hope that practicing these strategies will help you develop your metacognition and lead to better learning for yourself and better decision making over time. I look forward to our next video on the habits of mind. Hope you enjoyed this one.